Hello George, this is your booster you requested that I've got ready for you. I'm going to test it so that you will know it works and your customer will also know it works, and there's no equivocation. And so what we're going to do is we're going to check we got our vacuum gauges right here. The constant, what that means is it's going to go read what the vacuum pump can put out and what the booster should be handling, and this will also read the same as this gauge, but as the booster is activated, this will go to 0. So when the booster is fully activated, that's at 0. Over here we've got our hydraulic side input, which is a function of what my master cylinder on the test unit will do. And these gauges are tied together. This gauge goes up and maxes out here, and this gauge goes up and reads final input pressure. And output is what the booster is going to do when it's in service. And this gauge, again, these are tied together. This gauge goes up, maxes out, and this gauge reads final output pressure. So without any vacuum, most people don't understand this, but without any vacuum, the booster simply passes the fluid through. It doesn't do anything. The booster is inert. So if I've got 350 input here, I got 350 output. 350. Absolutely nothing happens because the booster is inert unless it's got vacuum going to it. So what we've got here on the booster is, this is our test port at the top, and this hose is hooked up to this gauge right up here, and that's the gauges that can be used by the owner or the shop to test the function of the booster. So when the booster is in the car and you hook up your vacuum gauge and you hit the brakes, the harder you hit the brakes, the more this is going to register going close to 0, and when the brakes are fully applied, that gauge is reading 0. So this can be tested in the car. We'll also be checking our bleed screws, make sure they are not leaking, and our fitting right here, make sure it's not leaking. No vacuum leak here, and we've got, this is leaking down because my master cylinder leaks internally. But the booster is activated and goes to 0. Now we'll come over to the hydraulic side. $350 in, excess of 700 out. This is a 2-to-1 booster ratio, so we need at least 700 psi out. Now we've got 900. Everything at one time. Now under pressure, we come here and start checking our fittings. We've got 900 psi pressure inside this slave cylinder, and we're checking our fittings. No leakage. Got a good booster for you, George. Thank you.